Good morning, it is Friday morning. The kids are doing their schoolwork / ABC Mouse, and I am working on a new recipe for a French dip in my Instapot. It was on my menu last week, but I didn't have a chance to make it, so I decided today. It's super rainy and gray. Check this out. It is raining out there and gray. So I decided today was a perfect day to make some soup and sub rolls for dinner tonight. I haven't made the rolls yet, but I'm working on the Instapot. At the moment I've got it on the saute feature and I'm just browning the meat. I actually have several batches of meat that I have to make right here. So I'm doing this in batches because there's not enough room for all of this at the same time. So that's I just went online on Pinterest and did a Pinterest search for Instapot recipes / beef, and I found a recipe for just Instant Pot pressure cooker French dip sandwiches. I went ahead and printed that out. And if you guys haven't checked out my Pinterest boards, I don't do a whole lot with it, but I certainly post the recipes that I like, and I also have a section of recipes that I've tried and I would recommend. So I think the link's in the description below, but if it's not there, I'll make sure it's there. You guys can check that out. Now I'm sauteing the onions in here, and then we're going to add some red wine to it and kind of scrape up those brown bits so the soup, the soup tastes really good. How's it smell, Trudy?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're making me hungry.
I'm sorry. Ooh, watch out, Trudy. Don't put your face in there. And then we'll just scrape up the little bits. Get all that off. And it says to cook it down until it's reduced by half. I am going to check my Instapot. It's been an hour and a half since it stopped pressuring. Miss Lillian was supposed to sleep, but see, nope, I'm up. Right? You can smile. She goes, who's the baby on the camera? On our camcorder here, we can turn the screen around so we make sure we're in the frame. And she's looking at herself, being like, who is that? Ooh, that's a scary baby. That's a scary baby. Who's a happy girl? Who's a happy girl? Ooh. Come on with it. Mwah. Nope, no smiles for that camera. Okay, so I'm going to turn this to make sure that there's no steam built up in it. However, the little red button on the top there is down, so that means the pressure's gone. And I'm going to open it up. And it talks to me, and I always open this away from me in case there is steam in there, like that. Okay, and let's see how it looks in there. The meat is nice and tender. I used the pressure cooker for 90 minutes, and that did a couple things. It made like a bone broth, and then it took the meat and I cooked it really well. And it's supposed to be like a French onion, except I taste a lot of wine in it. It just has a really strong wine type flavor. So I'm probably going to end up taking the meat out and adding more broth to this because I was using more meat than the recipe called for, and for our family we're going to use a lot more of the soupy, the broth. I mean, you can see how much is in there. It's only up to the 8-cup level, and that's with the meat in it, and that's not going to be enough for our family. So I think I'm going to pop the meat out and shred it, and then we'll put that on our sandwich buns, and I'm going to finish up the soup inside the Instant Pot. I have a recipe, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, so I'm kind of using my instinct. Those are the bones I pulled out of the meat. Here's the meat, and then, whoo, that's the broth in there. Yum. We are on our way to the recycler because we've been doing all that cleaning and we just don't have enough room in the recycle bin to get rid of it all. So we're making a big loop, going to get some milk, the recycle center, the bank, the library, and Aldi's, because I need to pick up some stuff for next week.
We're at Aldi right now, and Grace is looking at a bird book. And Grace loves owls, so she's looking at the owl picture in there. You like it? Mary's doing her schoolwork. She has some stuff there. And Lydia is doing her work too, her highlights.
That's
That's what it says. We got a food and meal today. And then Mary also has one.
Now she's saying eggs. You see some eggs right there. Bird. How did you do on yours, Mary? Oh, good job. 15 blue raindrops.
Yeah.
And they're back already. That was quick. Do you hear a train? Grace loves puddles. I have some pretty happy kids. Why are you guys happy?
This tastes good. This tastes good. A thumbs up for this.
Thank you. We are having French dip. So I had to buy rolls because I just didn't have time to make them today. So we have our meat, our provolone cheese, some mixed veggies, and then here's the French onion soup that we're dipping it in. This was made in the Instapot, as you guys saw earlier, and I think my impression of the Instapot is this made less mess in my kitchen because I did it all in the pot and I did it this morning. So that's my verdict. As for time-wise, I don't think it was any faster. I mean, I could have used just my regular pressure cooker, but not having to cook on the stove and have that splattery mess everywhere, I think it was easier cooking it on the countertop.
We're going to make a gingerbread house.
A gingerbread house with Daddy's old Legos.
And I'm Trampoline. And say hi.
And there's Mommy ripping out coupons.
Right.
Do you like ripping out coupons?
Yeah, it's okay. Just one of the many tasks that a mommy has to do in a day. I'm back from grocery shopping. Charity and I ran down to Price Chopper really quickly to pick up the sales, and we found some interesting stuff. One of them was Granny's mini marshmallows. They were 35 cents, and then they had Farfel, matzo Farfel. I think it's stuffing. And it was 45 cents, which was a good price. I decided I was going to pick that up for, if it is what I think it is, which I think is stuffing, I can use that. I was out, and that's a really good price. This I picked up because I like different salad dressings, and it was clearance for $1.50. And it's mandarin and ginger. And Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, I think this is going to be like the stuff that you guys get at Wendy's for their mandarin and orange salad. And then the last thing I got was this dark chocolate bar. It was 50 cents, and I thought I would try that because it was the dark chocolate. Sometimes I just like a square of chocolate, and that's enough for me. The pasta was 35 cents. The grapes were 99 cents a pound. The loaf of Italian bread was 88 cents. The potatoes were 99 cents for 5 pounds.
$1.49.
The butter was $1.49 a pound, and that was all that we got. So everything was $14 and change. And I was pretty happy with that, and we saved 20, well, they say you save 21. Not that I was going down there to buy lettuce, but because of, apparently there was some type of weather issue down south that all the green crops got destroyed, and lettuce was $3.49 for a little teeny tiny head. And I went, no, we'll stick with my canned goods for a few weeks, and I have lettuce coming in the garden. It'll probably be 4 weeks before it gets going, but I'm okay with that. If I see a sale at Aldi's or something, like Aldi's was totally sold out, and last week I saw they had put a memo saying there's weather conditions, blah, 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 anything. But a good shopping trip, didn't have to spend a whole lot. I was really going down there for the greens. We skipped that this time, but I did pick up some of the sale items. I think I'll be set for at least a little while. It's been raining all day. But I think I should check my greenhouse. Actually, it looks like it must be pretty warm in there. It's got all that moisture and condensation in there. Let's see. Well, everything looks pretty good. I don't see any new damage, so I guess that's progress, right? Art's adding to the compost pile, and I am going to.
What I have horseradish scraps plus some rainwater.
Boy, that should kill the bugs, right? And I am armed with my trusty meat thermometer that's going to check my compost
We seriously need to pick up our yard. That's on the agenda for tomorrow.
Yes, if the
It
weather
looks terrible
cooperates.
out here.
We've got just some of these things that we cleaned out of the garden. We haven't finished picking them up. Whoa! That's how we do our compost, right?
Right, and we have more.
And that's not it.
Look at that, a heaping compost bin. And not because we didn't compost. I think we dumped it out, what, yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah. It's just that time of year.
A whole bunch of
Oranges and things like
orange
that.
peels, some bad onions that we found playing around.
And you know, I bought that compost bucket off of Amazon, and it's worked very, very well. The only downside you tell them about the downside.
Downside is that sometimes when you usually have your compost in one hand, and you go to pick up the thing in the other hand, and the whole thing goes up, and you have to shake it. But
If you can plan ahead and have the compost bucket open, it works fine. And I've washed it and I've had no problems with it. And the link for that will be in the description below if you guys want to see what I got. I have too much fun checking my magic brew here. I got my magic stick. I wonder if that rain cooled it down at all.
Might have, or it might have warmed it up. Let's see.
A little hole. Here we go.
I don't know if you can see the temperature. Oh, it's nice and hot.
Okay, so yesterday it was 120. Seems like it might be a little bit cooler today. Oh, steam! See the steam?
Oh, yeah.
You might want to consider flipping it tomorrow, Art.
Okay.
This is our second pile. We're pretty sure we didn't throw bone meal in here.
Let's see how much of a difference it makes.
Big difference.
Wow. Well, it's stone cold.
Yeah, that's not activated at all. You really have to get the right balance of the nitrogen and the brown materials and getting that all together. And if you don't have the right ingredients, your pile is just going to be cold and it's not going to decompose. As you can see here, it's a nice hot pile. Not really, really hot, but it is decomposing. And then without the right amount of nitrogen, it's cold. It's taking a lot longer to decompose. So I don't know, we may end up running to when we flip this pile, we may want to pick up some bone meal, toss it in and see if we can activate it sooner, because this stuff is great. Absolutely fabulous for the garden, and it helps make big plants, and I love big plants. It's 11 o'clock and I am getting ready for bed. Art is editing a video. I had a 31 party tonight, and then I've just been catching up on 31 stuff because I've been so busy cleaning upstairs I haven't had any chance to get that taken care of. So that's just kind of fun time for me to catch up with people, chit chat with people, go live, all that good jazz. And my computer has been acting up again. This is the one computer that it keeps threatening to completely die on me. And somehow or another I continue to revive it. I think we figured out it's almost 4 years old, right, Art?
I think so.
And it almost died just before its second birthday, so it just keeps on living. And Art is editing a video now. I'm gonna call it a night. Art, do you have any wise words of wisdom? Excuse the mess, guys.
Wise words? That doesn't happen very often.
Oh, you have lots of words of wisdom. You have lots of knowledge.
Yes, knowledge,
Okay.
but not wisdom.
Anyways, we're gonna call it a night. I don't even know what got filmed today. Again, just our lives are so crazy. Do you even know what happened at the start of the day? Art?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Let's see, was the doctor's appointment today?
No,
Or was that yesterday?
no, that was yesterday. You know what? I showed you guys the Instapot. I don't think I ever told you what we thought of it. Did you like that?
You did tell them.
Did I tell you?
Yes, for dinner you told them.
Anyways, we liked it. We liked it a lot, and it worked really well. I'm going to call it a night. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you've liked today's video, and we will see you for our next video. Good night.